Hey guys, this is Sean. I figured I'd give you my first impression of the Tesla Model 3. We went and test drove one today on a whim over there at Tesla in Tampa, right on Florida Avenue. And I have to say, we were treated very nicely. We were greeted right away. It was really very easy to get into one and test drive it. There was no hassle, not a lot of questions. They did ask if I was interested in an offer on my 2019 BMW 330i, which I really love this car. It's got very low miles for its years. So I said, sure, go ahead and give me an offer, right? The interior of the Tesla was very hot because it was super hot out. I went and got my driving gloves, and I'll get to that in a minute. Once the saleswoman went over the controls, she went over how to move the mirrors, how to move the steering wheel. The seat controls were fortunately on the side of the seat, so I appreciated that. When I went to use the touchscreen with my gloves on because the interior was so blazing hot, the touchscreen doesn't work with gloves on. Not a surprise, some smartphones don't work that way either. They're capacitive touch, so that the electrical signal our body gives off is used to see that we are touching the screen, and that's how they operate. Touch screens on laptops work, or an iPad work the same way. So, not a surprise there. When we did finally roll out in the Tesla Model 3 rear-wheel drive, we were pretty careful not to jam the throttle right away. Very smooth, very easy to modulate the throttle. Pretty much drives like any other car, except if you've never driven a hybrid or an electric car before, you may not be used to the regenerative braking. Sorry about that. That's one of those things that you would get used to over time. It's pretty much like taking a stick and throwing it in a really low gear as you cruise down to a traffic light and letting it wind down, right? Except that you get a little bit more of this kind of thing going on. Well, we went ahead and I stepped on it on Florida Avenue, and I have to say that, I don't know how I didn't get arrested. This thing is really, really fast. And we did take it out on the highway, and it went right at the highway speeds without even, it barely touched the throttle, and the thing was there. It was there, okay? Thing's very fast. The acceleration is top notch. And this is not even the performance model. They also have the Model S Plaid, which is like crazy fast. Most people don't really need that. Although I'm not saying you shouldn't buy one if you have the money, but okay. Steering, braking, handling, turning radius, all were just right there. No problem with any of that. Really, really great. I have to also say, though, that I was kind of unhappy with the lack of steering feel. Really none. No steering feel. So my BMW 330i has some steering feel, but it's a little rubbery, and a lot of people who drive that car for driving older BMWs, they do complain quite a bit. I have to say, after I drove my Subaru WRX, which had very good steering feel, or my older Jetta, which had excellent steering feel, this car has no steering feel. It's completely numb. You have to look where you're going and turn the wheel and pay attention to the road 100%, like we all should be doing. But many of us who were trained to drive, trained also to use steering feel, on our way through. So that is something that I didn't like very much. I also did not like that the air conditioning within a 15-minute test drive could not get that car cold. And I don't mean, that it was cool. It was still probably 78 degrees or so, or 80 degrees in the cabin after running the air conditioning on full blast for 15 minutes. That's just not going to cut it in Florida, guys. I'm sorry, Tesla. But, that's fine. Everything is on that touch screen, all of the functions. So that's a tremendous problem when you're wearing sunglasses and you can't read the touch screen. I have to say that's a problem. The cabin is a nice place to be. The seats are super comfortable. Okay, the armrest was even comfortable in that car, but it's a boring place to be. It's boring. There's not much to look at. There's not much in the way of elegance. For the amount of money that Tesla charges for these cars, I get it. The Model 3 is not the upscale Model S, but still, you'd expect a little bit more for your money. Now, I also went and priced one online before I went, and then after I test drove, I went ahead and priced it again based with the options. Should I choose a standard Tesla Model 3 rear-wheel drive, which is, pretty much fast enough for most people, right? Or should I choose a long range, which is all-wheel drive, which is, again, a lot faster, but, definitely, more money. If you want red paint, $2,000. If you want light colored seats, white with black, on the side of the seats, that's $1,000. Do you want 19-inch wheels? That's $1,000. Would you like to have automatic parking control, self-driving, and all the other gizmos? $10,000. $10,000 for all of that. Now, to be absolutely and totally fair, BMW is known for nickel and diming their customers on functions and features. They've been known for that for quite some time here in the United States on their pricing models. Okay, I get that. But if you price a BMW out the right way and you're smart about it, you can generally do fairly well, since you know generally what you're getting yourself into. For example, my 2019 330i has most of the recording functions that the Tesla has. It doesn't record all the time, only when you're driving. I think that's fine for me. It has parking distance control, automatic parking. It has all kinds of blind spots, safety, and it'll steer you back in the lane. It's all great. It does not have self-driving, to be fair. However, that 2019 330i, with everything in it, no heated seats, because I don't need those in Florida really, right? But still, that car, as price sticker, was $47,000. Without getting too specific, I can tell you I certainly didn't pay that for it. So Tesla does not discount their models. They don't discount their pricing. They don't haggle, which means you're going to pay what they want you to pay, and you're going to wait as long as they want you to wait to get one. I could roll into a BMW, Mercedes, Toyota, Nissan, Infiniti, Lexus dealership right now and pretty much say, I want that thing with that options that you have on the lot, and I'd like it with the color you have sitting right there, and I can roll out in it. And it'll probably be mostly what I want it to be for the most part, if not more than I want it to be if you've got the money to spend, right? Tesla, nope, can't do that. You have to order it. You have to wait. And so that's a problem for me when it comes to the Tesla experience. I will say it's very low pressure. It's very easy for them to work with. You can go on their website and even order one. It's simple, okay? That's cool. I like that a lot. They take all the pressure sales thing out of buying a car. That's cool. I won't argue with that at all. A lot of people like that. That's great. But see, I'm not buying a Maytag appliance here. I want to buy the car I'd like to buy. I'd like to order it the way I want to have it and not wait 8 or 9 months, right? And today, with this pandemic we're in, yeah, there are longer waits for cars and trucks that you custom order. That's kind of normal. But Tesla has always been this way since day one. You always had to wait a long time to get one. So really, to be honest with you, you could call them trendsetters, or you could say that that's just the way that they're built as a company. I don't want to say that it's a bad product. It is a fun car to drive, and if you are into electric cars, the Model 3 should be on the top of your list if you're looking for that type of thing, right? If you're looking for the SUV, well, they've got the other two SUV models. That's cool, right? But, if you're looking for the lower, sleeker, family-style car, the Model 3's got it where it counts. Obviously, the Model S is their, top-of-the-line performance, luxury-style car. But honestly, from what I've read and what I've seen, the Model S doesn't really have that much more in the way of interior trimmings. It's pretty much a Tesla, right? So I can say overall, the Model 3, not for me. If I could have one as a spare car to drive on the weekends or to have fun with, or do some mods on and race the track, oh yeah, I could see that being a blast, right? But, if I had wanted to replace the car I have, I just couldn't justify it. Well, anyway, thanks for watching my video, and hope you will put some comments down below. Love to hear what you think.